Hello, Planet Poke people, it's me, DeoGenZ, and when I'm here on the weekend, you know what that means. It's time for Pokemon of the Week. This week, we're heading into more sweeper territory, this time in the tier of underused. That's right, it's the nuclear-powered Nidoking, also known to be used by Giovani, the leader of Team Rocket. So you know this Pokemon is nasty and possesses some big packin' power if main evildoers are doing with this Pokemon what you could be doing if you raise it like this. So right off the start, you can see the stats are pretty rounded out, and you can do a lot with this. I mean, you could even go for an attacking variant, but later on I'm going to describe getting into the moves why you wouldn't want to do that. It mainly has to do with the ability Sheer Force. But it can be manipulated here in that you can be a physical or special sweeper. As a special sweeper, you want to go for maximum power, and Sheer Force provides it for you. What Sheer Force does is moves that have a secondary effect, like Flamethrower or Ice Beam, where you could be burned or frozen. Those moves are powered up 33%. But here's the one catch: that effect is cancelled out. But when you weigh the benefits against the cons, it really does equal out, because how often are you attaching an Ice Beam to a special sweeping type Pokemon and expecting the damaging effect of Freeze to be the way you clinch victory? No, you use Ice Beam as an offensive power shot at anything in the sky, which you will need for this Nidoking, because if somebody predicts your Nidoking to use an Earth Power on one of their vulnerable Pokemon, they may do a switch, go to flying, and then you'd be screwed if you went into their trap. So include the Ice Beam, but Sheer Force in tandem with it will power that Ice Beam up 33%, as well as all the other moves that you see currently on this set. Other options that you could have for it is a substitute, or perhaps Stealth Rocks, because if you go with the mode of thinking they're going to predict you're going to use your stab ground move Earth Power, anybody who's been in the metagame long enough would see this special sweeper coming and know when to get out of dodge. So with a little anticipation of their prediction, you can go into a safe substitute and launch as many Focus Blasts and Fire Blasts that you feel like, without worry of the occasional lowered accuracy miss. Or you could just set up on your foe. I wouldn't really waste a slot though with Stealth Rocks, to be honest, because in my mind, being a special sweeper, wouldn't you want all offensively special sweeping moves? And Nidoking has a plethora of them. I've included as additional moves for those of you who want to take the offensive side of things, not special. There are some physical attacking moves to work with, but the one problem is you get the nullified effects of Sheer Force having moves like Earthquake, which have no additional effects. They're very powerful moves, yes, but there's nothing like paralyzation from a fissure in the ground because you launched an Earthquake. It just doesn't work out that way or as well, so in my mind you'd want the special sweeper to take maximum advantage of the Sheer Force ability. The types you have to look out for here: Water, Ice, Ground, Psychic. No quad weaknesses, thankfully, but in order to make sure that you strike first every time, you could include Choice Scarf. I've already gone ahead and maxed out special attack and speed because you want this thing to hit hard and fast. It's nothing to turn your nose at with a base stat of 85. Plus the Choice Scarf, the only thing you have to look out for is that that Choice Scarf will lock you in to whatever move you launch first. So if you fall into your opponent's trap, say that they have maybe, I don't know, an Electabuzz on the field, or Electivire, let's go with that. What if you try to use Earth Power, you have this Choice Scarf, you're going to go first, but what if your opponent switches to a levitating or flying foe? You're kind of fucked. So beware of that if you go with the Choice Scarf item, but if you just want Sheer Force in attacking power, you think that Sheer Force, yeah, it's a nice ability, but I will dedicate my life power! Like Yu Yu Hakusho, shooting your own spirit energy through your special attacks, Life Orb can allow you to do this and power up those moves even further. So let me know what you think of this special Smasher set. I want to know, how have you used Nidoking in the past before? Like I said, there is definitely room for variance in its attacking abilities, but I went ahead and took advantage of the special sweeping potential in this Sheer Force set. I'm DeoGenZ, and if you want to see a Coliseum walkthrough that's 100%, head on over to my channel, youtube.com/DeoGenZ, and remember to subscribe to Planet Poke to see more of this and other great content creators' works. See you next week.